New York, New York, all the Empire State politics you need to know. We're going to give it to you in just a few New York minutes. And representing the Democrats, our good friend Richard Brodsky, former Assemblyman, senior fellow at Demos, and professor at NYU. And representing the Republicans, John Cahill, former chief of staff to Governor George Pataki and former commissioner of New York State's Department of Environmental Conservation. Gentlemen, let's start. This guy's actually thinking of running for the very seat he was just forced to vacate as part of a perjury plea deal. Now, some of the fellow lawmakers having fun with it. New York State Democratic Party co-chair Keith Wright joked, what would he run for? New York's finest informant. Now, I know this was a slip of the tongue or a joke or an attempt at humor here, but seriously, without naming names, does Albany fully get the scope of just how bad things have gotten, where they're joking around that this guy's worst offense is that he's an informant?
And let him yell for a minute, and then I'll go.
No, they haven't gotten it. Why would they? What has changed in Albany fundamentally that would get the legislators to change how they act? They're reelected every time with the support of their leadership. The leaders raising the money. They're running the districts. They're given member items to spread throughout their district. Nothing has really changed. And until, frankly, term limits or something dramatic happens, transparency, some sort of direct accountability of the legislatures and their conduct, it's not going to change. It will be the same thing over and over again. I guarantee you a year from now, we'll be talking about some other legislatures that are under indictment or investigation. It's not going to change until the fundamental way the legislature conducts itself changes. Otherwise, these guys are just going to get reelected,
executive branch, where 1/3 of the previous governors of New York had problems with sex crimes, and 50% of the controllers. You want to blame the legislature?
Of the controllers.
John,
One out of
you're
two.
yelling again.
Well, one out of three governors.
Richard,
it's not a fair
one
point.
Out of two.
One out of three governors.
David
Patterson decided not to run again.
Let's not do math here.
Nothing
not
like
math,
this.
but the fact that Wright says, what's he, the state's best informant? What Castro did was bad, and it's not. And I know it was just a single offshoot line, but it's just, at least for many, a reminder that some of these clowns still haven't gotten it. Do you think I'm wrong?
I think you're wrong, and I think no one feels the pain of the public attitudes towards the legislature other than the sitting members of the legislature who are honest and do a good job. And that's 95% of them, as opposed to 65% of the governors.
That's
38
38 members of the legislature.
He knows. He's just playing with us. All right.